Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in a state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Wagwan family, man has enough respect. When I waste some time on this car, I drive. You know, sometimes I drive, things come to mind. You know, it kind of tick me off. I'm going to say to myself, let me do a quick video. Not going to be long. But people, look on this good. After the Finsack stuff drop a road and backfire, right now, look on it good. And we are find out, say, Cleàr. The whole time, they might tell us, say, Bunting and Matt Golding and Omar Davis. And now them come up empty upon that. It's like everywhere look, we see Siaga and the labor right them all over it. And whole thing. So it's clear. So the labor right them mash up the country in the 90s, right? So now we have SSL now. And investigation are going on. And Andrew Honest don't want an investigation. People, what kind of nonsense this? Andrew Honest must go, brother. So right now, the country, after listening to Russ and Hyman this morning, the man said, boy, like we're in a recession. So Nigel Clark bankrupt the country. Who no can see it? Road not fix. Garbage not pick up. Bills not pay. Teacher run well. Police not get paid steady. Courthouse a mash up. Government building mash up. Municipal business building mash up. Not now fixing the country. That means that the country broke people. I may know this, you know. How many times I tell you, I'm a man. I'm not a man, but I can't say things, people. I'll be right back after this quick break.
I hear man that kind of lie. Oh, 20 million and 28 million. Lie. Me not take no salary increase. So my salary is what it was before. And I tell you something, I feel like just keep back to. Because he's a proud man, you know. I don't like people tell lie for me.
People, we have the FinSac, and now we have SSL. And now we can't get the SSL report. Them claims to them put it a FinSac report, but it's not. Also, for jumble stuff them throat there. Like you have to just go into the bag and pick out stuff, and you know, like a bending market you go. Things are not hard and just all over the place, a bunch of photocopy things after. The country pay $200 million for the report. According to what I read from you, from Julian this morning from the PNP, right? The man say at $200 million it costs us taxpayers. And we have not seen no report. Whole part stuff redacted. We don't know who do what, when, where. So we can learn from these people. So the Liberal Party is hiding stuff from we. And then put it out, you know. If the PNP did bad, let it go. We have blackout stuff for. So here we go again. The Liberal get caught with them handing at the cookie jar in a FinSac. And here we go again. We have the SSL. Yeah? And we have the Integrity Commission that do investigation. And Andrew Owners are talk about him now want them to investigate illicit enrichment. Brother, come out of office, bro. Come out of office. Come out of office. Every time your government in power and you talk about PNP, this and PNP, that, every time you're in an office, you know, party in an office, and this happened to the country, even the youth them can see it clear, you know. The FinSac report expose your backside, you know. And you don't want an investigation, brother. Clear office, Andrew Honest. You have to clear office. You must clear office. Appear Chikini and Bandul business. You're in as a prime minister. You don't have no integrity, brother. You don't have no good character as a prime minister, brother. How people must respect you around the world and trust you to do even business with you. Unless they might do some side shady business because they know that you're shady. How you going to conduct business for the country with such a shady character where we don't even trust you? We don't even trust you as a prime minister to go make this deal for us. We believe every time you go out, if you're going to make some deal, you're making a deal for yourself. To benefit you, your friends, and your family. And that's, I know me alone I talk for myself. I'm sure other Jamaicans are looking at the same thing. Based on your background. You don't have no integrity and no character. Those stuff not easily building, Mr. Honest. Let me tell you, character and good integrity and a stuff where you pick up overnight. Once you destroy that, sometimes it take a lifetime to grow that back. Brother, oh, you not go on we investigate and find out how money there. Brother, FinSac already hurt him, and here come SSL, I throw the same punch. And what is here? Eh? Here come SSL, I throw the same punch, people. Tell me, is it fair as Jamaican people? We don't get no investigation. We want investigation, people. We want investigation. Be right back.
That is why we did something like the reverse tax credit. Never before in Jamaica's history, where the government is giving back to people who earn less than $3 million per year. Never before happened. That's a way in which we are making sure that the dividends of the good economic management reaches to the people. Yes, good economic management can yam.
Thank you, family. Thank you. Now, let me tell you something now. Look on the good people. The FinSac mash it down, you know. FinSac tear it down. Here come SSL. Man, take out the money and hide again. See, Andrew will take out. You know, the people say it's not different. Here goes the labor right again in a SSL. Nigel Cleàr, hide stuff. Eh? We don't learn nothing now for the FinSac and them have the report, people. And them have the report, the FinSac report the whole time. We don't learn nothing now for it to strengthen us as a nation. So the SSL not happen. The big old $200 million spent for what? No matter about study. No matter about study. No! We spent $200 million for UNO. To give you a report. So we can look on it and see what happened, who did what at the time. Me I hear say, Labour right in a parliament, several of them will benefit from FinSac, still sit down in it today. And you have Labour right on social media beat up them government and talk about this and that. People, come on, man. Eh? Labour right in a parliament will benefit from the FinSac debacle. Think about it. Edward Siaga was one of the main man of me. See name a call up all over the thing. The man borrow money and claim him no member and all type of rig me jig and take him bill how much room, hotel and all type of that. People, the man them have a heyday. Huh? The man they start me I read some stuff for the man and take helicopter. I pay helicopter, the man they take our work and they sit there. People, the man them have a heyday with the money. You believe me? Can I read it now? The man them have a heyday. Here we have SSL now. And the same bullshit. People may know so the country broke. Me know so the country broke. But we have money there. Yeah? But that them broke the country. Deliberately. And them take out the money. Look at anything we left in the kitty. And the man then looking at in the bag and take out what 300% raise out of it. And I left nothing for we. They have to give back that raise, people. And wicked. They have to leave office, man. They have to leave office. They don't cater for the people. Them come in have to scrape for themselves. The country are broke down. Right? The man they look on the country and give it 300% raise to themselves. Now let me tell you something. For all who've been following this Rasta man, Sonia, for the longest, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, me did a video when I talk about this $92 billion. Who remember this $92 billion when we bring up over and over and over in videos, this $92 billion, that was, who have followed me long enough to know about this $92 billion when I always talk about. Let's get into that right now. Because all of that I pan out to be true. What may I say? Me thinking $92 billion was allocated for the Ministry of National Security about what, 2 years ago? Now, when that $92 billion was allocated to the ministry, $92 billion. Remember, the Ministry of National Security get the biggest budget. I want to see it spend away. That's why me feeling in my heart say, I might be wrong, stand to be corrected, that the Ministry of National Security are the biggest money at thief out. Because at the biggest budget, you know, see it spend at the police, nobody expects nobody a thief from the police. Trust me, that's what I feel. And then them take the most money from. All right. About a couple years ago, this $92 billion we talk about was allocated for the Ministry of National Security. Remember at the time, police want vehicle, want clothes, want shoes, want weapon, want vest, want every damn thing. Now, how many know so the $92 billion that was allocated is when me hear one PNP MP a ball out and I say, oh, $92 billion was allocated and up till date, them spend less than 1/4 of it and them have 3 months to lose the money. Remember this. The end of March 31st is the end of the fiscal year. So them have less than 3 months to use the $92 billion. Listen to me, I said, people. So why would you have almost 3/4 of the money? You have 3/4 of the money not spent, money that is supposed to go in the ministry. Is that money supposed to spend long time? Because the ministry need money like dry peas on fire. But no, three months and less before them lose the money, coming up to March 31st when the money don't roll over to the next fiscal year, they might put in a consolidated fund. It's all gone. Yeah? So now, them not use the money. So me start looking into it and me start doing video. Me start read about it. So I say, hold on. It's one or two things, you know. From the first time I read about it, I say, it's one or two things. It's either, if they not spend, and when we check the money, it's a $15 billion that was spent. So they have $70 billion unspent. Because I did the math already. They spend 15 something billion dollar, and they have $70 billion left out of the $90 billion, you know. And have less than 3 months for spending, you know. So I say, why would the government have $92 billion to spend on the Ministry of National Security when need the money so bad and don't spend it? Is either they might keep the money for thief it, that's what I'm saying in my video, you know, or them government now have no money. So then just I use some numbers like FinSac, or them, you know, on paper. Customers have this and that tonight like both. But when them go there and really check, there's nothing. Me I feel say the government have pull a FinSac pan we. That's what I say. Right? Just I give you some big numbers. When you hear them talk about budget, how much $1 billion is gonna spend on this? How much $1 billion is gonna spend on that? And them have the MP over that ministry to play the game with the people. Like, yes, we're spending how much $1 billion. When that MP know that we never have the $92 billion, from this on me I look on the people. And I say, like, country broke, you know. Country broke. Why would you have $92 billion and not spend it? Coming up to the end of the fiscal year, you know, you know, use it. Almost lose it. I wanted the PNP me here ball it out. I'm start look run and read about it. Yeah? And for real, them have this 92 billion. I'm check it out. Only 15 spent out of it and have almost 2 months before them lose the money. $70 billion unspent. Make sense out of that. Do they really have the money? Or them are trying to take the money? People, everything they do is to hurt us. Look funny good. If you not look funny good, people, everything they do is the opposite of our growth. And we find out say the labor right them involved in this FinSac, it backfire upon them. Because them can't come up, me no see no labor right nowhere surface, nowhere. Me can't see no labor right nowhere surface, nowhere. Unless I lie them I tell. We don't see what happened at the fence. A country me I talk about, you know. Me don't come to be no more peace in the labor right or no goddamn PNP. A country me I talk about, when me look what I go on. The labor right responsible for FinSac family as far as we can understand. And here we go again with SSL. And here we go to the Integrity Commission and the brother want to mash it up. Have the Integrity Commissioner court. We as taxpayers' money. And you owners must clear out the office. And you owners must lift up. Too unfair, brother. You know have the integrity as a prime minister. What are you doing there? You know have the class. Nobody don't trust you. Eh? No integrity. Think about that. Think about man lost his integrity. Think about that. You think that easy to build? Think about character. The longer you stay in the office, the more you damage your own character. If you find out say you're wrong, you step out of the office. You can at least try to build back a character. But the longer you stay in the office, your integrity and the character. Take it from Carlos. Well, anyway, people, I'm a country, my love. The brother must come out of the office. Man to be a face and bright. This someone has come on rat. Man to be a face and bright with the corruption. You're in an investigation for money. And you're in the office the same way. Make that make sense. No job you're gonna have and see a man on the investigation and you still sit on night. You get sent home. And nobody, the thing was hurtful enough, is that nobody in the GLP party, seemed to have an ounce of integrity. Not one. So you want to tell me say all 49 is that corrupt? You want to tell me say nobody at the 49 Liberal, nobody don't love Jamaica that much to separate themselves from this corrupt man? Nobody who don't love the gravy train so much to suppress on the conscience, who don't suppress on the integrity, who don't suppress good character to follow this. Let me tell you now, you guys gonna find yourself on the wrong side of history. History will not be kind to you guys. Me not come up to stay long because we have a video up at 6 o'clock. Guys, please be reminded, at 6 o'clock, I'm gonna have a Jamaican open gay man on my platform talking about the effects of the Samoa agreement. I want you guys tune in at 6. May I try come on at 6 sharp, you know? Yeah. If you don't see me come on at 6 sharp, maybe me not the toilet or something like that, or lick out the plate and you know me I say? Something like that, but me I come on. Expect me to come on 6. We're gonna talk about the Samoa agreement. I hope better to hear some stuff from more than somebody from the different community where I don't come from. You understand me? Who can give us a different insight on what's going on. So remember, I promise you on this platform, when I'm talking about the Samoa agreement, think of the last couple of times, I promise you I'm going to find somebody from the Pride community to come and talk to us and educate us about the Samoa agreement. Tell me some stuff what we don't know. So I'm expecting you guys to be around here 6. So I'll see you later, people. And you always must just leave office, brother. Save the country, save the office, and stay into the office. Brother, come on, man. Do the right thing, no, man. Sure. Thank you so much, people, for watching this video. Be shame, you know. Embarrassed. My name is Jamaican Carlos, people. I'm out.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number 1, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number 2, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our job, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame. What a travesty. Calls for us to think and think deep.
Mr. Prime Minister, Minister of Health and Wellness, those of you who craft this order, I don't know what to say to you, but the Holy Ghost within me tells me that this order is working against the church, is working against the body of Christ. Mr. Prime Minister, I was watching a program last night and you declare me to be your good friend. My good friend, I'm telling you, sir, this order, God gets no glory out of it. And it's making the society worse than it ought to be. You're crippling the fountain of life that gives life to the nation. You're blocking the well. Somebody give me a chance in this house and plant this. You're blocking the well. You're stopping the fountain. Lose the church, lose the church, lose the church, lose the church, lose the church. You're destroying the foundation. And if the foundation be destroyed, what can the nation do?
We all see what's happening with Andrew and the Integrity Commission. So let me explain it to you as best as I can in layman's terms based on what my understanding of the article and the documents that I've read are. So essentially, Andrew Holness and his wife owned a number of companies. In their earnings reports over the last few years, there are some inconsistencies in the growth of their earnings and their net worth and assets and deposits. So essentially, what the Integrity Commission is now saying is that in order for them to certify his earnings, they would need to have a further breakdown of his expenditures and expenses for each of the companies. So they would need that in order to then go ahead and certify and say he's okay. So essentially, Andrew is saying that he's not willing to give them that because that is a breach of his privacy. So what he is now challenging is a portion of anti-corruption legislation, saying that is unconstitutional because what they're asking for does not protect his privacy. And everything that's in the Constitution, such as the right to privacy, it takes precedence, meaning that it supersedes anything that comes after, such as like anti-corruption legislation. So if in essence it breaches his constitutional right for privacy, then he does somewhat have a case. Now, I'm a huge supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party. Everybody knows this. However, at this juncture, I'm not able to continue to make excuses for the Prime Minister. What he is attempting to do is actually quite disgraceful and disappointing. Years from now, we will look back at the Andrew Holness tenure and be disgusted at some of the things that we have allowed to happen. Now, while I have genuine love for Andrew and I think he is much better of a leader than the opposition, I think that there are a lot of blunders that have happened in his leadership. The Prime Minister's wife being in representational politics has always caused ethical concerns. The fact that he snuck her in as a member of Parliament and then promoted her to Speaker of the House is highly inappropriate. And while I don't question her effectiveness, as I think she's excelled in both roles, it's definitely always been a conflict of interest. While I've traditionally supported the Jamaican Labour Party and Andrew Holness and his administration, I think that it would be in very good taste if he just gave them what they wanted. It would also show that he respects the Integrity Commission and the anti-corruption legislation. The fact that he's going to these lengths to not comply with their requests shows that he has a lot to hide.
That is why we did something like the reverse tax credit. Never before in Jamaica's history, where the government is giving back to people who earn less than $3 million per year. Never before happened. That's a way in which we are making sure that the dividends of the good economic management reaches to the people. Yes, good economic management can yam.
10 years after, former Prime Minister Bruce Golding declared that he would not have gays in his cabinet.
Do you in the future want to live in a Jamaica where a gay man or a gay woman can be in the cabinet?
Sure, they can be in the cabinet, not mine.
Well, they can't be in yours.
Not mine.
No, but do you want...
His successor, Andrew Michael Holness, has suggested that he would have no problems with homosexuals in his executive. Golding's...
If the government were to have its way in terms of what makes sense for long term, they would close down some of these places that we live in that's so nice, that's cool and quiet. Because it don't make any sense in terms of the cost to keep it. It costs too much, so you're always gonna cry, you're always gonna complain and say it's rough to live there. Because it is impossible based on the cost to maintain it in a way that would have made me more comfortable to live there. So we have to actually work out that balance to say, guess what? And yes, I want to live, and even if I'm not going to get no highway, and that's a mess. So you have to find that middle ground between highway and living so far, and know, so guess what? Go to the way I use pickaxe, if I told them, I'm back out to marry better pickaxe. That is how bad it is. And the better pickaxe don't necessarily reach the grader there, and it don't reach asphalt, and it don't reach concrete. That is the truth of it. The road coming up here, I'm going to go all the way back and I'm going to measure it, go down and I'm going to price it and send back the cost for you so you know what the cost of the road would be. If we had a road that carry us from the square. No man, no matter what you get certain help in about me, I said not like smooth driving asphalt road or concrete road anytime soon. Because the country have to make enough money, you see. The country have to make it. I'm gonna help you know. I'm not telling you say you're not getting no help, you know. I'm just telling you say we have a temper with expectation. You understand? Me now gonna promise what I cannot deliver. Full.
Years after, former Prime Minister Bruce Golding declared that he would not have gays in his cabinet.
Do you in the future want to live in a Jamaica where a gay man or a gay woman can be in the cabinet?
Sure, they can be in the cabinet, not mine.
Well, they can't be in yours.
Not mine.
No, but do you want...
His successor, Andrew Michael Holness, has suggested that he would have no problems with homosexuals in his executive. Golding's statement a decade ago was made during an interview on BBC Hard Talk.
They live in a Jamaica where they can be and they should be, and it would be entirely natural for them to be so.
I do not know that that is necessarily the direction in which I want my country to go.
Holness' comments came in response to a question during his address to members of the Jamaica diaspora in Brussels on Sunday.
Homosexuality is not a crime. As far as I know, it's not a crime. However, one of our former prime ministers, Mr. Bruce Golding, said on Hard Talk that he will have no gays in his cabinet, and it went on to make Jamaica seem to be more of a homophobic nation than probably it actually is. Would you reiterate those words today, or...
Absolutely not, no. It's not, firstly, it's not my business. Neither is my interest to, and I don't, whatever is in my discretion to distribute politically, a person's sexuality, sexual orientation is not a criteria for the use of my discretion.
Prime Minister and Party Leader Andrew Holness.
Is what happened to bold money. Now, the other transaction which concerned me was the one where the account was opened at NCB. Mm-hmm. It was opened with no money in it. And I didn't know you could open an account with no money in it.
Is the man of integrity.
A couple of days later, there was a deposit of a little over $143,000 US, which came from SSL.
In full support
of the best Prime Minister.
And in the context of the discussions which we have been having about SSL, I believe that the Prime Minister needs to address this and explain how and why that money came into his account from SSL.
And I am very lucky
to have an outstanding Prime Minister.
It was deeply concerning to me, and I'm sure that it must be deeply concerning to all the people who not only lost money, but know people who lost money. And you know the number one concern is what happened to bold money.
A leader that we can be so proud of.
The transformation. I just gave away 87 black tanks.
It's the best we have had.